I'm going to give the people what they want. Sensation, horror, shock.
Disgusting, vomit-inducing thing.
Hola, creepos! Welcome to another edition of The Creep Off, the show about creeps, by creeps, for you creeps. My name is Vinny Paulino.
The people's champion.
And that's my co-host, Hot Carl.
What is happening, Vinny Paulino? So good to see you.
Out of a cannon.
My friend.
Out of a cannon, Carl. I love it. Hi, pal.
Hey, man.
It's Sunday.
Yep, we're doing the show a day early, which means I have even less prepared than usual.
I'm not sure that's how daylight savings time is supposed to work, but here we are.
Yeah, right. We fucked this up.
Yeah, we really don't know how things work, but it's going to be a good show today.
Can I say something that's actually personal?
If you'd like.
That we probably shouldn't talk about. The reason why we're recording a day early is because it's your wife's birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, and she's being selfish and she's making me stay home with her all day.
What I was shocked by is that she wanted to spend time with you on her birthday. I was shocked by that.
You and me both, pal.
I know, what the fuck?
When she said it, I kind of pointed at myself like...
You looked behind you?
Yeah, I did. I did the little look. I thought she was talking to the dog. But
right.
Yeah, it's her birthday tomorrow. So, yeah, she messed up all of your regular creep-off plans.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Paulino.
Oh, happy birthday to you, honey. And, Carl... We did an episode last week, which was a very fun topic. We did Creepiest Kids.
Yes.
The voting is in, and because it is Sunday, we're actually checking the voting at the appropriate time.
That's true.
That we said we normally would. So, are you ready?
It was a close one last I saw.
It was a close one.
It could go either way.
Ba-ba-da-bum.
Vinny has 53% of the vote.
Hold on, refresh.
Please. Trying to make a point. And this is a huge deal that's going down.
That's bullshit.
Why?
Creep was way better than your Creep last week.
A child that murdered babies with bricks.
He was just mentally ill. It's an 8-year-old who doesn't know any better.
You had a 12-year-old who was just a fucking horny teenager. You had a horny teenager who got in with the lunatic who thought he was a werewolf.
Her baby brother slit his throat. All right. I don't need to explain to you why the voters are idiots.
Oh, you hear that, everybody?
That was a dumb
That's
vote.
why I'm the
People's champion.
That was a dumb
it.
vote.
Yeah, Carl.
Let's see that dick.
Whoa, Vinny. It's inappropriate.
Really, dude?
You dick.
All right.
So, listen.
Is that Fast Times?
That was Fast Times.
Jesus Christ, I was just thinking about that this morning. It's fucking weird.
All right, so listen.
Yes.
That puts me at game point.
Yes, it does. You're up 4-3. 4-3 to 2 is the official board right now.
So,
congratulations. So I gotta bring it today.
you do need to bring it today. I believe I have brought it.
Oh,
and
shit.
here's the thing, folks. The rules are I have to go first because I won last week.
That's true.
So I am going to do that. Why don't you ring the bell and let's get after it.
Well, before I do
category
that, let's talk about the theme this week.
Okay.
What's the theme this week?
It's very simple.
Yes.
Wild card,
Okay.
not a pedo.
Yes. That was my call. I'm like, can we go 1 week without talking about fucking children?
Yes.
All right, let's do
I'm
it.
with you. This episode is like a palate cleanse.
Yes.
It's like sniffing the coffee beans at the fucking cologne counter.
Press House coffee beans. Yep.
It's like the sorbet, so to speak. But here we go, folks. My creep this
Can
week.
I tell you how distracted I am by that mask hanging off your ear? Why do you have a mask hanging off your ear right now? Is that a fashion statement?
I forgot about it. I'm sorry. My hairdo.
Yeah, your shitty blonde hairdo.
Is it blonde? Well, my
Did you dye it again?
No.
It looks different.
It doesn't. It's the same.
Okay.
My creep this week.
Ooh, it's a lady.
Not only is it any lady, this lady ran for president in 2016. She's the head of the Clinton crime family.
Yes!
Fuck that. I'm not doing that shit.
Come on. You got to do Hillary.
I'm just teasing the heel
Damn it.
turn. One of these days. One of these days with the heel turn. You'll see.
Crooked Hillary.
The people's champion.
So my creep today, ladies and gentlemen, her name is Lisa Schneider. We are going to go down to Burke County, Pennsylvania.
Wait, she only has 2 names, just a first name and a last name. She can't be that big of a creep.
Lisa Nicole Schneider.
Okay, now you got me. Now I'm nervous.
Yeah, you should be on this one. She's a naughty lady. So hold on a second. Let me get ready. Burke County, Pennsylvania, police received a 911 call on September 23rd, 2019, about 4:30 p.m. A mother called and said that her son had committed suicide. The police rushed there. Paramedics rushed there. They arrived to find the mother, Nicole Lisa Schneider, standing outside smoking a cigarette. Okay. Paramedics rushed in the house and they found siblings Connor and Brinley Schneider, ages 8 and 4. They were unresponsive, hanging from opposite ends of a plastic-coated dog leash that was looped over the rafters in their basement of the home.
There are rafters in the basement?
They had these wooden rafters.
Okay.
They had like a dog lead, not just like a leash. It was a lead that was like rubber coated that was over the thing. And the kid, it was either end was tied around either child's neck.
Why are you smiling ear to ear as you tell me this?
I'm not. It's fucking horrible. And they were just hanging there.
Yeah.
The paramedics show up. And the kids are
That's
the key word.
Weirdest game of seesaw I ever heard of.
I'm telling you, they're doing it wrong.
Yeah. That's how gravity works, dummy.
The key word was they were unresponsive.
Yeah.
Because the kids were still fucking alive.
Okay.
And they were going into fucking cardiac arrest. I actually have the police.
Isn't that your middle name? Vinny Cardiac Arrest, Paulino?
It's coronary, thank you.
I knew it was something like that.
So I actually have the audio of the paramedics radioing back in.
What are you doing?
Oh, just hanging around.
Boo! I'm glad you booed yourself on that one. Jesus Christ.
So they're and the kids go into fucking cardiac arrest. They're flown to Lehigh Valley Hospital. 3 days later, they were not coming out of like this coma that they were in. They were taken off. They were taken off life support and pronounced dead 14 minutes apart. This is an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Right.
Now, I want to show you a picture of the mother here, Carl. What do you think of this here lady?
This is Nicole?
Yeah.
Oh, she's not an attractive woman.
She is a pig.
Yeah.
P-I-G.
Yeah. When
pig.
Vinny's saying you could lose 20 pounds,
she could lose
you're not doing
50.
Well. Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you something about this lady. The more I read this story, the more I despise her. I have no problem calling her a pig. Okay. So the mom wanted to get the story out there really quick, right? She wanted to make sure that people knew what happened, how these 2 kids ended up hanging from the ceiling in the basement. When the cops arrived, they're still alive. She's outside smoking a fucking cigarette while the kids are still swinging alive. She didn't try to help either of them.
Right.
She left them there hanging, called the cops.
She could have picked her favorite and held one of them.
Right.
You know?
She could have done a lot of things. But instead, she was like, oh, that's too hard. I'm going to go outside and just wait for the paramedics.
Okay.
So here is her talking to reporters.
But she's the one who made the call?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Here's her talking to reporters about it.
Pennsylvania has a different dialect
Yeah.
than the rest of the country.
It's just southern Pennsylvania. I believe it's called Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yes,
Dutch pig.
Right, yeah.
So this fat, I hate this woman. I really hate her. Schneider told police that Connor was bullied in school and wanted to die by suicide.
This is the 8-year-old or the 4-year-old?
This is the 8-year-old. Okay. The 4-year-old was a girl. But he didn't want to go alone, so he killed his sister as well. Now, here's the thing. Yeah, okay. This is not a... this kid, if you got to look at him, here's a picture, Carl.
Wait.
This is a picture of the 2 kids. Okay.
So, I can see why he would get bullied. That's a ridiculous pink T-shirt that he's wearing.
Look, that kid's got bosoms.
And he is a little portly.
He's 150 pounds at 8 years old.
Uh-huh.
That's a big boy.
What were you at 8 years old, Vinny?
210.
I knew it.
I was being scouted by NFL teams. So, I mean, he's a big kid. And he also had a speech delay and a physical disability, which made it hard for him to manipulate his fingers. I think that's just called fat.
Yeah, right.
I'm not like trying to make fun of this fucking kid.
Got pigs in a blanket for a hand.
Apparently, like, the mom said he was getting so bullied that he wanted to commit suicide. Now, here's the thing. when they talked to the school, they're like, no, he was like the happiest kid here.
Okay.
Everybody loved him. He loved to paint. He loved to do this stuff. He had a ton of friends. He was the
Eats.
funny.
Eats was the thing he loved to do, paint. What are you talking about?
He loved art class.
Yeah.
Macaroni pictures.
There you go.
This poor kid, he was the funny fat kid in class. And she murdered the funny fat kid. So she claimed.
Whoa. You just jumped the gun there. You're saying that she killed her son?
I'm getting there.
It wasn't suicide after all?
Okay. The cops looked at the school bus tapes the day of because, like, it's 4:30. He had just gotten home from school like an hour before.
Yeah.
And the kid's laughing with his friends and playing on the school bus and having a good old time.
Now, hold on a second, Vinny. Hold on a second, Vinny. A lot of people who commit suicide are at their happiest before they do it because they finally have come to the conclusion that they're going to end it all and they feel like they're at one with themselves. So.
Okay. So here's what. After an autopsy and a lengthy investigation.
I just made that not fun.
Yeah, you certainly did.
What am I doing?
After an autopsy, Lehigh County coroner decided that the cause of death for both children was hanging and the manner for both to be a homicide. So they ruled that these kids were murdered because here's the thing. This kid, he couldn't manipulate his fingers. So in order for him to get this dog thing tied around his sister's neck over a rafter, he's 150 pounds at 8 years old. He's getting up to the ceiling and he's roping the thing around and he's figuring out how to hang himself and his sister at 8 years old.
Okay.
They ruled it a homicide. So the police went back to the house. They filed a bunch of search warrants for stuff, cell phones, computers, and the investigation took a couple of weeks. And then they arrested her, and she didn't want to go. They had to try to coax her out of the house. I actually have the audio of that.
Come on, pig. Piggy. Come on, piggy.
Yeah.
Come on, pig.
It's my new favorite drop.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it.
So they got her, they arrested her, and she was charged after the 2-month investigation with first-degree murder, third-degree murder, tampering with evidence, endangering the welfare of the children. So she hung her 2 kids, and during that 2-month investigation, she was selling all of their shit. All of their video games. They had like an above-ground pool. She sold all of it.
Well, who was going to use it? Of course
She had another son who was 17. I didn't add that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The 17-year-old might have liked his Xbox. But she just started selling all the kids' stuff. And
Vinny really knows how to tell a story. He always ends with the most inconsequential part of it. And the craziest thing is,
how do you think
she
that's
didn't
the
even
end?
keep the Xbox of the dead kid.
Carl, we just got to the M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Oh, good. Okay, what's going on? She was a ghost the whole time?
There was a surprise charge, Carl.
Okay.
The surprise charge was animal cruelty.
Oh, I don't like this.
Facebook records were received as they took her computers, indicating she engages in a sexually explicit message exchange about her dog performing oral sex
She was
acts on
texting her dog about fucking?
No, she was talking to a guy who she was calling daddy.
Hey, Rover, what are you doing tonight?
Here's what the messages said. He's eating my pussy, daddy, said one. He keeps moving every time the flash goes off. She then sends a photo of a black and white dog performing oral sex on her.
What does the race have to do with this? I'm Meghan Markle's dog.
And then she said, quote, he did good up until he started biting, end quote.
Yeah, that is definitely the problem with getting oral from a dog is the biting part.
Now, because the internet is a fucked up
why I
place,
stopped
Carl,
doing it.
because the internet is a fucked up place,
Yeah.
I have the audio from the video that she sent.
So wait, you're saying that a dog was going down on a pig?
I am. I know that a frog has fucked a pig, but I didn't know that a dog
Yeah.
did. Here's the audio.
Vinny, I do not want to hear any more honeymoon tapes from you, all right? I know it's your wife's birthday.
So her lawyers are pleading insanity.
Yeah, okay. I'm sold.
But there's
Sounds about
one
right.
big piece of evidence that we have not discussed yet.
Was
That
it
will
the
be my
Xbox?
closing, which will be my closing statement
Okay,
here. Authorities allege that on multiple days between September 17th and September 23rd, leading up to the deaths, Snyder Googled the following terms. Carbon monoxide in a car, how long to die? The TV show Almost Got Away with It. I Almost Got Away with It, best episodes. Hanging yourself. Do a hybrid car produce carbon monoxide? Does a hybrid car produce carbon monoxide while idling?
Why did I buy a hybrid? Trying to kill my kids. Damn it.
She is also accused of visiting a website that describes an effective way of hanging a person using a short drop, simple suspension, exactly the way that this was used to hang her two
I hope
children.
you didn't sign up for the email newsletter.
Now, the DA, could you do me a favor and get your no shit Sherlock drop ready for me?
I have it right here, my friend.
The DA summed up this case pretty well at a press conference when he had to explain what happened.
I don't know that there is any explanation for her behavior at all.
No shit, Sherlock!
Thank you. So this woman murdered her piggy kid, both of her kids, hung them, lied about it. Then she was also fucking the dog, the family dog.
Well, I mean, the dog was going down on her.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lisa Schneider, my creep this week.
Lisa Snyder, all right.
Come on, pig.
You had a lot of fun with that one. Very good.
All right.
I present to you, the fine people who enjoy the creep off, a man named Daniel Sharples.
Yes,
Now,
sickos.
Daniel Sharples is a bodybuilder. He's a gym rat. He's a kickboxer. I've watched videos of him. He can get up really high. He could kick as high as his head is. He's very skilled
He
in
can
martial
kick high
arts.
like a rocket, Carl?
Yes, he's like a rocket.
Okay.
That's exactly what I meant by that.
Okay.
And
Well, you watched the videos. I didn't.
one day, Daniel decided to start his day off the way champions do.
Relaying the timeline of events to the court, it was heard that Daniel had started his day out by having pancakes for breakfast and had a pint of lager in the Looking Glass pub in Warrington. He then moved on to the Hot Pole pub, where he was said to have downed more beer and took Sambuca shots.
So the guy starts off his day with pancakes, beer shots.
And fucking Sambuca.
Yep.
What a morning.
Which is a fun way to get your day started.
I'm not going to lie. It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, so then he's going for a walk. And he comes across some folks who are hanging out under an overpass. Yep.
Just strolling along.
Just strolling along.
All right.
And he comes across this person.
He would then turn his attention to a group of people, which included 53-year-old dad of two, Michael Mears. Michael had suffered from health conditions, which included deep vein thrombosis, which ultimately led to the partial amputation of his left leg.
Oy.
And so he was wheelchair bound, and he was reliant on his wheelchair for mobility.
That's like blood clots, right?
Yes. So Michael Mears, 53-year-old, father of two, a grandfather at this time, wheelchair bound. Here's this 38-year-old bodybuilder.
Having a good day.
Daniel Sharples is already off.
So what
to
did you do?
heaven.
Give him a buck? Offer to push him to the store?
Something like that. I'll let this person explain it.
He attacked two members of the group and then roundhouse kicked Michael, which made him fall out of his wheelchair. After falling to the floor, he then began a vicious attack on Michael, which included punches and kicks to the head. He would then take his wheelchair and throw it.
I saw this video because the video is available on YouTube.
Oh, God.
The guy falls out of his wheelchair. He pulls the wheelchair away from him and chucks it away and then continues to start kicking this guy in the head.
Now, hold on, Carl.
Yeah.
Do we know this guy really needed the chair? Did he just, like, expose, like...
He was missing a leg!
Well, maybe he had a blanket covering it. He
He's
didn't
not
know.
like crippled Jesus faking it.
Uh-huh.
This guy actually needed a wheelchair.
Okay, so he assaulted this man and threw away his wheelchair?
Stephen Wood, who represented Sharples in court, argued that his client is a nutcase who is not in control of himself. His own
checks
attorney is saying he's a nutcase. During his arrest, Sharples...
The attorney's like, I've had my share of Sambuca, but this guy...
During his arrest, Sharples was said to be frothing at the mouth, and while he was in the police van, he banged his head on the door. Later, while in a cell, he soiled himself and stripped naked, and then punched himself. This guy's got some fucking problems. He claimed that the guy in the wheelchair sold heroin to his 15-year-old son. And that's why he wanted to take him down, because he was a drug dealer. His son, the 15-year-old, said, I've never taken drugs in my life. I do not know who this person is. I do not know what my father is talking about. None of this is real.
Are you off your fucking meds or something?
Initially, He attempted to run away from police after the attack and tried to escape by running through a pub, but then stopped and grabbed a beer, and the police were able to catch up. So after 10 hours of deliberation, following a 7-day trial, a jury determined unanimously that Sharples was guilty of murder because this poor guy did not survive his head injuries.
Okay, so he just assaulted this man for no reason.
No reason at all. He just got drunk one day. He was on some Valium. He was walking through the park. He saw these guys hanging out. A guy in a wheelchair just gave him a roundhouse kick to the head, knocked him out of his wheelchair. But this guy was nothing no good before that.
In that initial court hearing, it was heard that Daniel Sharples had 9 previous convictions for 25 offences, and he said that he couldn't believe how he acted out because he had taken a quantity of Valium before the attack.
9 out of 25. Sounds like the cops have been hassling this guy.
Yeah, you think so? You think that's a problem?
Yeah, I think it might be, Carl.
So after the arrest, he told police officers he had no regrets, that he would do it again. He was very proud of himself for taking out this wheelchair-bound man and murdering him by kicking him in the head. And he also did this.
And it was also heard that he poked Michael's eyes out with his index finger.
He gave him the old
He
Three
hooked him.
Stooges.
He hooked him. Jesus.
All right, so that's my creep this week. Daniel Sharples. This guy is a kickboxer who decided to go beat up a random handicapped person and murder him.
Well, my creep is a... She's 3 of me, folks.
She wasn't that big.
She's 3 of me.
Now you're exaggerating.
She's 3 of me. And she hung her kid, who is the size of me. I mean, an 8-year-old, a 4-year-old. She murdered her 2 kids, and she let the dog.
Wait, show the picture of that kid again, because actually now with you have blonde hair, you kind of look like that kid. That kid would have grown up to be on a mediocre podcast.
And you know what? People would have loved him.
Yep. Yeah.
Justice for Connor and Bridley.
Would have been the people's champ, I'm sure.
Yep. I feel really bad. They murdered the fat, funny kid. That's a crime. Literally murder his butt.
That's the crime in this. Yeah, the murder. I know. I agree.
Yep.
Did we get any voicemails or any emails or any feedback coming in?
Oh, Carl,
this past week.
Here you go.
Hey, Vinny, Carl, or whatever intern.
Oh, you don't fuck that one. Try this one.
Hey, Carl. Hey, Vinny. I was thinking that the guess points should persist even after you guys win. And once they reach the winning number, you both spin a different wheel that has consequences you both do. Such as going to Tom Meyer's restaurant together. Bye.
Which is worse?
That's fucking hilarious, Vinny. I knew you'd play that one because you're like, oh no, we have to go to a Mexican restaurant and eat food. Oh, jeez.
So, like, I would imagine if we did that, which I'm not in favor of this. Fuck that.
What?
I say when I win this week and you have to spin next week, we just eliminate the guest points because fuck them. And in the next round, they have to try to get us the same way you and I have to get it.
I think that's funny.
They got to earn it the way we do.
That's funny because we rarely have guests on the show.
It's perfect, Carl.
Oh, I mean, that's a good plan.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if we did do this, we'd have to have the stuff like the trip to the Syracuse Mall. We'd have to go spend like 8 hours there together.
While holding hands?
No. We should get handcuffed together. That would be fucking hysterical.
I kind of like the idea of us having to do something in tandem as a consequence.
We very rarely socialize.
But I would not bring a second wheel. I mean, I don't have that kind of budget. We'd have to just dry erase the first wheel and redo it.
Yeah, we'd have to figure something out.
A second wheel. What does this guy think we are? We're not selling advertisements except for to Syracuse. They don't have much money.
Now,
oh wait, did we play a Syracuse?
Oh shit!
Our sponsor.
Don't worry. The great thing is, I could put this in. Hey, don't forget before I do the voicemails, Carl, that the voicemail segment is brought to you by our good friends in Syracuse.
The Creep Off voicemail segment is brought to you by the City of Syracuse. The Orange may be currently in 9th place in their conference, but at least we still have, see you in Syracuse.
I like that. It's topical.
Yeah.
They almost upset Virginia, by the way.
Yeah,
buzzer beater.
They sure didn't.
Didn't.
Let's go out with the voicemails.
Let's do it.
So here we go. Here's a fun one.
Oh, hey, Vinny's intern, man. Freaking tell Vinny, hey, that guy Carl, that he does the show with, he like stole this guy Kevin's idea and did his own show and turned it into this big thing. He's trying to do the same thing to Vinny. Watch out, man. All right, see you.
Are you trying to steal away the creep off the way you stole WATP away from Kevin?
I assume you'll eventually get bored of it, and then I'll just take it over. And then I'll get Kaya on and Doug from Who's Right, and eventually I won't even be on it. That's been the plan all along.
But then why can't I just still have it?
Vinny, you get nothing. You get nothing and like it.
Carl, we got a big-time celebrity calling up.
Oh, sweet.
I love it when big-time celebrities call up.
Me too.
Oh, hi! How are you doing? It's me, Banana Docs. I just wanted to say, Winnie, people's champ, fuck you, Carl! Fuck you right in your big, stupid ass! Wow! I'll give you a big old smoochie on your big old beautiful champ face there. Vinny, you little beautiful man, you. Alrighty, I'm gonna go. I got a Coors Light drink. Goodbye.
Carl, I think that we should add to the consequence.
Yeah.
A very long live stream where you have to do it as a character like that for the entire time.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, you have to come up with your own character, though. You can't be like Banana Carl. You have to come up with like your own character with some stupid filter and do it all day.
Can I be an annoying orange?
You already
for
are.
Our sponsor in Syracuse.
You have the complexion of an orange. All right,
that
that's the voicemail
that
segment
wasn't
this
called
week.
for.
Yeah, most things are.
All right, Vinny, are you ready for a Scum Parade?
More than anything.
Producer Chris, what Scum Parade jingle should we play? Do you have a preference?
The old school one.
The old school one. You got it, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Feels good.
Why did I leave two corporate questions there?
Jingle. It's nothing but creeps. The Scum Parade on Carl and Vinny Show.
I mean, shouldn't that start right here?
The Scum Parade. The Scum Parade.
Would that make way more sense? What was I thinking?
Carl, who fucking knows?
I'm so stupid.
Let's start down to Osage Beach, Florida, shall we?
Yeah, let's do
This is a fun one. A 29-year-old gentleman by the name of Julian Hughes Rowland has been charged with sexual misconduct in the first degree. According to court records, on March 4th, 2021, Osage Beach Police responded to a local eye care center. Officers spoke with an employee of the business who stated Rowland was sweaty and shaking his leg. During his, I guess they were fitting glasses on him. He was sitting at one of the tables. And the employee felt a wetness on her pants leg and asked if Rowland had vomited. It was at that point that the employee realized Rowland had been masturbating the entire time and had shot his seminal fluid onto the employee.
Jacking it, jack. Spanking it, jacking it, spanking it, smack.
That's right. Right onto this woman's leg. Then she was like, Did you just come on me? And he was like, yeah.
How do you jerk off on someone without them knowing about it? I'm asking for a friend.
You would think like she would have like good glasses.
Right. They should be able to see something like that.
Yeah, you'd think you'd see it coming in the eye shop.
None of this story made sense to me.
Yeah, well, he's been arrested and is on a no bond warrant. And he is on bond. I'm sorry. Prosecutors requested a no bond warrant on Rowland as he is currently on bond in Pulaski County, awaiting trial for forcible rape and 2 counts of statutory sodomy. So he's basically been a problem.
Oh, those were different charges?
Yes, he was out on bond when he did this.
Oh, he's a really horny guy.
Yes, he is.
All right.
He is, that might be the name of this episode. He's a really horny guy.
Horny guy. Okay.
Or at least in the description. So you sent me a story this week. I love it when you send me stories, Carl.
Well,
this is the most work you've done for the Scum Parade
How dare you?
in months. Former Cleveland police officer Solomon Nihawatiwa, 34, was off duty when he drove up to a 12-year-old
I said this to you just so I could hear you pronounce the guy's name.
Nahawatiwa.
Yeah.
Nahawatiwa. Yeah, that's it. Was off duty when he drove up to a 12-year-old girl as she waited for the bus to take her to school and asked if she needed a ride, court records say. The girl refused his offers and he drove away. Nahiwatha then returned on foot, pulled out his cell phone and recorded himself urinating on her.
Oh, he's an R. Kelly fan.
He must be. God, I was trying to remember the lyrics of that song to riff with it, but now I can't.
Stuck in the closet?
Oh, I'm pissing on your leg, girl. Right at the bus stop, girl.
You're more talented than I realize.
Your leg is warm now, girl. He responded with, she goes, what is your problem? Which, the response, what is your problem?
I mean,
to someone pissing on you.
It is a pretty good response.
Well, she's 12.
What was his problem? Do we know?
No, we don't. But he was an off-duty fucking cop. He goes, what's wrong, bitch? Court records say. He continued to record video with his cell phone as he walked away, records say. A resident nearby called police to report a suspicious person later identified as Mr. Nawatawa, whatever his fucking name. God damn it.
It's different every time. I love it.
He was looking into car windows around the same time. Police pieced together evidence to connect him to both incidents. Prosecutors say DNA taken from the girl's clothes matched our pal Solomon's.
All right, explain this one to me, Vinny, because there's very few details in this article.
Yeah.
A 12-year-old girl got pissed on.
Yeah.
As soon as the guy starts pulling his penis out, you could run away. How do you get pissed on by somebody when you're outside in public? I don't understand.
Guessing like he walked up behind her and did it, and then she was just like, what? What's your problem? And she turns out she realizes what's going on.
You know a little bit too much.
Well, Carl.
You have experience with this, huh?
Well, listen, 12-year-olds don't generally stand still if they see me walking towards them.
Right.
They go the other way.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, you have to walk up behind
You
them.
got to sneak up on him. All right, I got you.
A judge on Tuesday handed down a 4.5-year prison sentence for this. He pled guilty. As part of his plea agreement, he agreed to resign his position with the police department.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Hit it again. Hit it again.
Shit, Sherlock. Oh, you're not a cop anymore? All I did was piss on a 12-year-old. What's the problem?
Here's an interesting fact. He was disciplined 4 times in his 5 years with the Cleveland Police and was also involved in a fatal shooting while working as a security guard before he became a cop.
Yeah, this guy sounds like the exact person you want to hire to be on the police squad. Great job, Cleveland.
Cleveland rocks.
Great, well
Cleveland rocks. All right. So this story fucking kind of tripped me out. I couldn't believe this one when I read it. March 10th, an employee of an assisted living facility in Minnesota has been charged with sexually assaulting an 83-year-old Alzheimer's patient.
Helen Winslow Jr. works at an assisted living facility?
No, he's in prison.
Oh, this is a different person.
Yeah. The attack was witnessed remotely by the victim's son, who had set up webcams in his mother's room so that he can monitor her well-being. So he set up
He was
those
suspicious.
Yeah, well, no, he set up like Ring doorbells because he just wants to make sure she's okay. I mean, I kind of get that, but I don't want to put a camera in my mom's bedroom. Especially my 83-year-old mom's bedroom. I don't want to see what goes on in there.
No, I'd rather put one in my wife's bedroom. See what she's up to.
Watch her and your boyfriend.
Yeah, right.
So the guy's name is Olabamadala. I don't.
What the fuck? I don't know what it is either.
It's Bawaji. His last name is Bawaji. He's 52. Apparently, they say that he raped the victim Monday evening in the woman's room at the Pillars of Mankato in Mankato, Minnesota. He's being charged with a pair of felonies for allegedly having sexual contact with a mentally impaired, mentally incapacitated, physically helpless individual. And according to the probable cause statement, the victim's son told police that he received an alert Monday evening from the streaming camera in his mother's bedroom. He's like, oh, let me just check in on mom. And he finds a big African guy on top of his 83-year-old mother. And he was undressing her and sexually assaulting her.
Yeah.
The attack ended when the victim's son spoke through the speaker function on the camera going, hey, stop that.
Now, that would be a great commercial for Ring.
Hell yeah.
Wouldn't it? Because they always show like the white guy coming up to the house like he's going to break in.
Oh, bet.
It'd be way fucking funnier if the guy's looking at his phone and there's this 83-year-old mom getting raped and he's like, hey, listen, asshole, I can see what you're up to.
Oh, I can picture the commercial. The guy's in a
it.
nice restaurant with his wife.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, I don't have to worry about mom. And then he looks at his phone and it just spits wine all over the table.
No, he's totally calm about it. He's like, hey, put that cock away, asshole. I'm watching you. And
that's
goes
right.
back to eating his pasta.
That would be me.
Yeah, that's right.
It'd take me a couple seconds. I'd just be like, stop. Just choking on the food. Stop raping my mother. So, yeah, pretty fucking wild. The guy, apparently, he tells him to stop. The guy realizes there's a camera there, puts his dick away. He's like, oh, sorry, and walks out.
Well, so then he admits that this has happened before.
Yes.
And it sounds to me like those two were just going steady. Right? It sounds to me like the son was just mad that mom has moved on from dad and is trying to find love again.
Fact of the matter is, Carl, age is a number.
Right. Because her browser history showed that she was Googling BBC videos. And I'm not talking about the videos from Britain.
I'm pretty sure that's a type of crocheting.
I think this woman was really in love and this son fucked it up.
She thinks she's at home just crying. He's never coming back now.
Yeah, right. Oh, now there's cameras in my room. I'm never going to get laid. Thanks a lot, asshole.
Yeah. Your creepy son, the voyeur.
Yep.
All right. You ready to... Our last story this week, we're going to go to Southern California. A man who was sentenced to 212 years in prison.
Okay.
That's a doozy of a sentence.
It's going to be tough.
He was sentenced this for killing his two autistic sons in order to collect...
And what's this guy's name?
Oh, fuck.
All of these names are ridiculous. No, it's just a Jones or something.
Ali Alamazayan.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It sounds like you just said the alphabet, but yeah, that sounds about right.
So he intentionally drove his ex-wife and their two children off of a wharf into the water of the Port of Los Angeles at a dock used by commercial fishermen in April of 2015.
Mm-hmm.
He escaped out the window on his open driver's side window. His wife, who did not know how to swim.
Oh, is she a black woman?
What does race have to do with that? Was rescued by a fisherman who threw her flotation device. So some fisherman had to get involved and ruin this guy's whole plan.
Right.
So his wife didn't know how to swim. She gets rescued, but their two of their three sons were strapped to the back seat. The boys were 8 and 13. They were both severely autistic. The U.S. Attorney's Office said...
I don't know why I'm laughing at that.
Yes, you are. Both boys drowned. A third son was away at camp at the time. So the third son was like out enjoying the summer. And Dad was like, it'll be me and you, son. We'll be going to ball games, having a good old time. Eddie.
Yep.
We'll be having a great old time together, son. So he drove off this wharf. He had put like $3 million worth of insurance on these kids.
Oh, so he committed insurance. We're talking about insurance fraud.
Correct.
Oh, well.
He got $260,000
Who doesn't commit insurance fraud? We've all done this.
I mean, ex-presidents do it all the time.
We've all done this.
Their deaths came 12 days after the 2-year contestability period expired with the insurance. So, like, they don't investigate the shit after 2 years.
Right.
So he waited until it was after that point.
Almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of patience with this guy.
This guy, long haul. Long story short, he was wrong. They started investigating this anyway. They also attempted to persuade witnesses in the case to lie to law enforcement and say he had given insurance proceeds to charity. So the cops are like, wait a second, you took all this money? What's the story here? And once he realized they were investigating, he's like, I gave it all to charity. I didn't even have the money. Why would I keep the money? It would be blood money. It would be terrible. I would never do that. And so then he told everybody to go along with it. And that's a terrible plan because when you give money, that kind of money away to charities, they give you a receipt.
Well, he murdered the kids for the money. He murdered his ex-wife because she deserved it. Right?
Okay. Well, she survived.
Oh, he wanted to murder his ex-wife. He it didn't happen, but keep trying, buddy.
So
next time.
It's so fucking funny. He bought 8 different insurance companies, He bought from 8 different insurance companies more than $3 million of life and accidental death insurance policies on himself and his family. He also called at least 2 of the insurance companies to confirm they would not investigate claims made 2 years after the policies were purchased.
Not suspicious at all.
These telephone calls were recorded and were played for the jury. Shocking.
So after 24 months, you guys are just going to pay out, no questions asked?
It's what a dumb policy, huh?
That is a really stupid policy.
They got him on 4 counts of mail fraud, 4 counts of wire fraud, 1 count of aggravated identity theft, and 5 counts of money laundering. He murdered his disabled children and attempted to murder his ex-wife for money. Yeah, she left him, by the way.
Mail fraud.
Shocker.
Is that like what Stuttering John's kid did?
What did Stuttering John's kid do?
It's a terrible joke.
I'm going to
probably take that out.
Mail fraud!
Probably take that one out in post. If they come after my kids.
That's the name of this episode, mail fraud.
Fuck me.
Yeah, he also has to pay $261,000 in restitution. And his 20-year-old son now has addressed his father in court for the first time and said, I hope you know I don't want anything to do with you anymore. Don't call me. Don't write me.
He tried to murder his entire family. He doesn't want to talk to you either, idiot. He hates his family. What do you... Oh no. My surviving son doesn't want to talk to me.
Oh, you showed me, kid. You sure showed me.
Yeah.
Well, guess who's not on the visitor list now?
Yeah, right. Like, dude, if you weren't in camp, you'd be in the car. What are you talking about?
I want to fucking put you in the trunk. So that is this week's Scum Parade. Carl, what a great time we've had on a Sunday episode of The Creep Off.
Yeah, this was fun.
So, folks, you can vote this week at thecreepoff.com. You could vote for Lisa Schneider. Or you could vote for, who was your creep again?
Daniel Sharples.
Daniel Sharples?
The kickboxer.
Yep. Or you could vote for the big fat piggy pig pig. All right, that is this week's episode. Don't forget, you can call the show, leave us a voicemail, 585-371-8108. You could tweet us or check out our Instagram at CreepOffPod. Don't forget to check out the Creep Off section in the WATP Discord channel. And also, you can email us at thecreepoffpod@gmail.com. Don't forget to vote. And until we meet again, it's nice to be important.
But it's more important to be nice.
Gagia!
Look, that kid's got bosoms! This is stupid!